And I haven't learned from last time. I am going to try and wait this out till the next level.
The things are quick. Sardo watches over me today.
Alright. That could have ended much worse than it did. I know lockpick would be normally useful, but I really haven't run into that much that I can't open already, so...
Another kill. Need better armor.
Oh, right.
Oh, they hit hard.
Okay, I actually want to know if these ruined lockers actually give you anything. Nope.
Oh, they hit hard.
I remember I got a biomod last floor that I don't think I ever actually wound up using. Oh yeah, because this one worked so well last time too. I'm almost convinced that there's no good ones of those. That's fine. Luck like that will only make victory that much sweeter. This looks interesting. The final closet, but a mistake can cause brain damage. Obviously we're using this. Yeah. Okay, I guess I shouldn't complain about a good result, but I don't have a spear. does that do? Oh, okay. That'll be handy for this guy.
That was careless. Clearly, this is not my fault.
I definitely like the sense of humor in the game. It's definitely not overbearing, but
Need better armor.
it's good for a chuckle.
Need better armor.
Jesus. Ah. I think my biggest fault on that was not looking at what kind of health that creature has.
I have failed you, Supreme.
That was really only just a 20-minute game? Huh. It's a really crappy run to end on, actually, but I was hoping to do at least one round of FTL before the end of the night. I think I'm going to call it for the pit tonight. That was a really bad one to end on. But let's see if I can find the credits before I get out of here. Do you have to win the game to check the credits? Yeah, I guess I do. Alright, no credits then. I think I will take my last break for the night. I'll be back in 3 minutes. I will at least change to the FTL screen so that we can see something or hear something a little bit calming. Where is it? That last run was a big pain, but I mean, I think the big thing on that one is I've gotten kind of used to tanking a ton of damage as the Marines, so I overestimate the ability. And yeah, that opening title music is very well done. Where is my window capture? No, that's not what I want. Really need to find out a better way to get these full screen without the window. I know OBS is a new port for Mac. All right, like I said, I think I'll just take another 3-minute break, get up and stretch. Encourage you all to do the same, and we'll finish out the night with a run or two of FTL. Back in 3 minutes. Alright, now if I remember correctly, FTL winds up being really quiet here, so if I could just get some feedback in terms of the volume, I think I've found an okay balance. But if it's a little hot, just let me know and I'll do my best. And I notice more people are coming in. Please, I hope you weren't here for Sword of the Stars, because I'm done for that for tonight. But welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming and joining me on a Friday. Okay. I've actually played a bit more of this game than my unlocks will suggest, but the PC that I normally played this game on is actually not good for... Oh, I'm really sorry, The Apprentice. Yes, Crunk has been guiding me through the pit. It's actually, I learned a lot from tonight, and I'm not even particularly upset about the last run, but I did want to get at least one FTL run in, and I actually started off the day dog-tired, so sorry about that. I absolutely commit to doing Sword of the Stars the Pit next week, though. And actually, thanks a lot for showing up. I was extremely tired when I started the stream tonight. I was thinking of shirking on my regular week, but I'm glad I didn't. It's very nice to meet you guys. All right, I have a couple ideas for ship names, but does anybody want to make a suggestion? Actually, I think I'll go for what I used last time, unless there's something else that comes up that I like in the chat. Okay, no, we'll go for the cricket then. The people have spoken. That also means I don't need to change Rebecca. Okay, so I know what not to ask next time. Is it Jiminy EY or IY? I think it's Jiminy. God, there was a cricket in Mulan, but I don't remember the name. The internet should help with this. I do need a third cricket name if anybody can come up with one. Creechy. Sorry, Rebecca. Is that right? Oh, creaky. It's more than 2 crickets. Okay, I don't know any other cricket names, but... Bob. As long Longest introduction to an FTL episode ever. Alright. Aerial crit. Oh, damn it! Alright, sorry about that. I should have left it be. I blame the stream lag. Whoa! Well, it's too late now to stop that rocket, I guess. Inauspicious start to the run. Actually, that was dumb. Yeah, I should have just tried to take down the weapon. Well, I think I can kill them anyway, as long as it's 2 hits, but I probably should have just gone for the weapons instead. Actually, it paid off, never mind. That is until I get hit with a rocket. Don't think I can get anything for 28 scrap at the store. Nothing really that compelling. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to get a cloaking this sector anyway, so... No. Of course they did. This is probably a really stupid idea, but... Welcome aboard, Brian Cricket. Get to work. And apparently I failed to type Jiminy, and so I haven't actually really given any real cricket names except for the phonetically spelled Cricky. That's so dangerously. Attack the slaver scum. Oh, I like this. As long as they don't great at timing, they should be good for the ship. Oh, 2 beams? That's even better. I'm not entirely sure how they expect to destroy anything, to be honest with you, but not my problem. Yeah, FTL has this really weird effect where you just stop playing for no particular reason, and then I know whenever I watch somebody play it, I'm always like, yeah, I gotta play a little more FTL. I had kind of abandoned this game for a couple of months before looking at it. The one thing that does turn me away from playing FTL is watching somebody really good at it wreck the game on hard. So, insofar as people are like me and like watching incompetent people play, I'm sure I will lead to a bit more FTL play. It's such a great game, and another Kickstarter financed one too, so I know that was a common theme from the pit. We do indeed have a system. Actually, one of my writer friends scolds me for skipping over the flavor text, so I suppose I should read it. I know my stream quality is not as high as I'd like it to be, but that's sadly a function of the internet package I have. Defend the outpost. Beam City. One of the things I liked the most about FTL actually was I was looking through the folders for the game, and Ben Prunty, the composer, has left a couple of messages just in terms of the response that he got from the soundtrack. I mean, it is such a really well-crafted soundtrack. The one thing that I noticed when studying for finals one session was the FTL soundtrack came on, and the final flagship music came on. And I mean, I'd like to think I'm just generally a reasonably disciplined student. But as soon as the flagship fight music came on, I was immediately that much more focused and attentive to what I was working on. So that was, I'm glad to see Mr. Prunty has trained me to be a good student whenever the final battle music comes on. Appears a distress beacon is coming from the surface of a nearby moon. My sensors are picking up the single life form. This is probably the crazy guy, isn't it? Find a colony that seems to have recently attacked, exploited the station, you find a lone survivor. Sure, we'll put a strange man on the bridge. Charlie the Mantis! So the real cricket on this crew is... Alright, well, Jiminy spelt incorrectly. You're off engines. But how does he operate the engines with his tiny mantis hands? Could probably do 1, 2. I think that's the best bet. 3. Yes, it's a real cricket. You jumped into the aftermath of what seems to have been a... given the number of times Frag refers to the humanitis, I believe they're still garbage, but I seem to recall there was a change made to humans. Once I get past the flavor text, I'll scroll over. I think the ability of humans is they learn skills slightly faster. Yeah, I'll investigate the battlefield. Oh, the crickets want their own back. Oh, I can't check the crew until I wipe these guys out. Well, Charlie, you failed to impress us on your first day. Some men just want to watch the world burn. Oh, come on. Oh well. Alright, so to answer the question about humans, yeah, skills improve slightly faster. I can't remember if that was in the original version or not. But, I mean, given the fact that the majority of skill development I've gotten has been from just running into a ship that... I'm playing on normal. I've not actually succeeded in a flagship. I've owned this game for a while, but I've not actually played it that much, so I have not successfully defeated the flagship on normal. I came very close in terms of like the quality of a ship that would end a flagship run, and it's actually I believe it's a highlight on the channel now, or if it was definitely last episode. I should highlight it if I haven't already, just because basically I had a run where everything was going where it should, you know, good health, nice little weapon system. I made a couple of mistakes in terms of the planning that I had. I got an ion beam that I probably shouldn't have gotten. And yeah, boring and uninteresting. But yeah, in any case, that flagship fight basically hacked my piloting at the start and just completely decimated everything that could have gone wrong on that fight did. My pilot wound up burning alive in a room. Another guy I tried to save, they hit and start a fire and kill that guy. Like, it was a complete train wreck. So, sort of the thing that makes FTL a lot of fun to play. But that was the closest I ever got to taking down the flagship on normal. Come across a rebel automated scout pursuing a civilian ship. Aid the ship. More hacking. Let's take down the weapons. Definitely take down the weapons. Yeah, that would be the hope for me as well to unlock everything. I think I had one run where I was relatively close to getting the crystal ship, but I couldn't get to the third phase. Which, I mean, I suppose anybody can say that. That's probably not actually close to getting the crystal ship. But, honestly, I haven't put enough time in this to, to really be that mad about, oh, you know what? I should have plotted my route better. I didn't think I was going to be able to get one more jump in. But yeah, I mean, I actually don't put enough time into this game to really expect myself to have unlocked every ship, let alone every layout, so... Oh, sorry about the Facebook sounds. Let me just see if I can get that taken care of. I can't actually find my Facebook. Sorry about this. I'm assuming probably you guys are not on Macs. The current version of OBS for Mac doesn't actually take any input, or like it doesn't have any built-in audio capture. So I need to basically redirect the audio from the computer into OBS, which is fine. It's actually probably one of the reasons why everything's so quiet. But unfortunately, it means that if I have something on in the background that generates noise, that gets picked up as well. And I have about 15 different browser windows open. So, what's AYB? Oh, it's a great Yes, I suppose I should be careful in terms of what type of computer I have. This Mac is great. It does everything I need for the stats work and stuff, but obviously these are not gaming machines, and certainly OBS is not going to like it. Okay, cool. Actually, in the last run, Crunk had directed me to I think it's the Ranger was the character, the one with the tail swipe. That is definitely a much more enjoyable character for me, so, and the 3 movement was very helpful. Crazy about that flak. Yeah, I'd agree with that assessment of the Ranger. I think I have a slight problem in that I've sort of trained myself to take a lot of damage as the Marine. So once I get past that bad habit, I have a suspicion that I'll make it quite a bit further with that hero. And I don't believe in giving my crew oxygen until they start performing. Alright. Good job, man. In my defense, that is the hero that they use for the tutorials. Those aren't the stations I wanted you to go to. Oh, look at that scrap. could definitely do without the ship damage, but... Yes, the game, I have definitely learned about exactly what sort of the Stars the Pit feels about me, probably the second I started playing it. I'm sorry to do this to you folks, but I am going to use this as a training ship for the shields and the engines. I can put on overly dramatic music if it gets boring, or we can enjoy a conversation about the game that I'm not playing right now. Okay, now I'm getting... An asteroid field is probably not the best place to... Oh, there we go. An asteroid field is probably not the best place to go against a beam drone, but I'm already... Yeah, well, that's just it. I mean, I had such a good run last time, largely because I got some nice early engine points. And yeah, as you mentioned, I mean, it's nice to talk about the pit, especially I feel like I should make it up to you, seeing as I did not actually play it while you were here and you were kind enough to stick around, so... Actually, one thing I am curious about for both of you, because obviously you're not just involved in the game, but you're actually involved enough to seek out other people streaming it. What originally brought you to it? Were you fans of the original Swords of the Stars titles, or...? Nice. Okay, you know what? This ship is absolutely not worth dying over. Yeah, I agree. It was definitely the roguelike elements that attracted me to the pit. I'm very interested that a lot of people mentioned liking the first Sword of the Stars game, because actually the only time I had heard of the franchise was the tremendous disappointment people seem to feel about the second one. That is very true. Speaking of failure, I just looked at my hull. Even though we have spares, I just don't really like giving things up to slavers. And looks like we've got company. He's ours now. Yeah, that's got to be a very difficult relationship to have, because certainly if you feel that a product that you've released is not as good as it could be because of something... Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, so, I mean, if, you know, if a developer feels like the quality of the game was compromised because of a particular arrangement with the publish, of course I'll accept El Nub Nub. You know, if a developer feels that the quality of the game was compromised because of the relationship with the publisher, obviously you can do what you can to, you know, to end it. But really, the damage to the reputation is done. I'm not entirely sure there's that many people who actually go and find out who's responsible for what. So it's a shame, because I mean, certainly my experience with their titles has been extremely satisfactory. No. Oh! Get back to your station, sir. That's good to know. Actually, one developer that I've come to like for their interactions with the community, just generally the way that they make their games, is oh, let's see. Another reason I like to stream is once you get... Ah, okay. That's good to know, actually. I did like to rest in the game when I could, but I did tend to notice I would lose a lot of, like I would tend to not have enough food to get through a run. I mean, for all 3 games that I've played of it, anyway. There's another thing I was going to say. Yeah, so in terms of developers that I think do a good job with their communities, Amplitude, who've made Dungeon of the Endless, which, sadly, their other 2 games are Mac compatible, but not Dungeon of the Endless, which is actually one they've written a Steam guide for. I think their Games Together program is a pretty good one. They tend to do votes for features inside of whatever the next game is going to be, or whatever game they're currently supporting. But the votes are weighted so that the more you've contributed to the community, so more forum posts, more products that you bought from them, just generally the sort of stuff you tend to see in very active fan bases, you basically get more votes. So the votes are not just a reflection of anybody who decided to show up to that website on the day, but it's a reflection of people who have been committed enough to continue voting and continue to support on the forums. And again, they tend to be quite open in terms of their discussions, so... Yeah, you know, I'll be honest with you, when I first played Endless Space, I didn't like it. I'm a very big fan of Civilization 5. Or, well, actually any of the Civilization series. I mean, pretty much since I've been gaming, a new Civilization title has always meant I'd be playing an all-nighter on a game. But, I grew to like Endless Space. It seems to have enough difference. Now, again, I actually haven't played Sword of the Stars, so I can't compare in that sense, but I thought it had enough originality in the 4X style to sort of merit its own niche. But if you do like roguelikes, better for me, Civ 4 or 5. Based on my playtime, Yeah, I think Dungeon of the Endless is absolutely a game that that roguelike fans should like. It's unique. I mean, it's almost kind of like tower defense and roguelike, but I think I think they handle that genre very well. And I'm really looking forward to when they take it out of beta. Although I believe all the content has been released. I think at this point now they're just balancing it. But Apprentice, so based on my playtime, I actually have put more time into Civilization 5 than I did Civilization 4. I definitely like both. Yeah, I agree, Apprentice. I actually, Amplitude is pretty much the only exception I can think of that I've made since I said I don't want to do early access anymore. I was actually very surprised that their game Endless Legend got out of, yeah. Endless Legend has actually gotten out of early access before Dungeon of the Endless. But I tend to notice that the games that I did play in early access, either I would have an opinion of what the game should be like and wound up disappointed, or even worse, I mean, I remember basically pre-ordering Starbound, and I don't know, guys, if you guys have tried it, but you've probably heard what a crashing disappointment their support for that game has been. And I mean, it's a classic moral hazard problem, right? Like, nobody's interested in that game anymore. I'm pretty sure if you look for it on Twitch, it's going to be near the bottom of games that people are playing. I think all the money that can be made, from that game is done. And so Chucklefish is kind of, you know, they've got this thing that they're not really going to see any money from, but isn't actually a complete game yet. So that pretty much ended my my intention to play early access games. With the exception of yeah, actually I should be careful in terms of what I say about Starbound, because I know some people are still very fond of it. I suspect that they will one day finish it. I'm not entirely convinced that they're... Yeah, like I think the big thing is that I suspect there will be a finished product at some point. I'm not entirely sure that finished product can live up to the promise that the original pitch had. I'd like to be proven wrong, because I actually remember really... Like, I remember thinking that the game really could be something when I started playing it, but I forgot to upgrade my weapons. Oh well. Actually, what do I get for selling the... This is gonna bite me, but... Yeah, it's true that they relocated the company, but I'm curious what motivated that decision. I mean, it's... Yeah, what motivated me to get There's actually two things that motivated me to get Starbound. One was I really liked playing Terraria, and it's actually what I recommend to people who are thinking of getting Starbound just because it's a finished game. Okay, I gotta check this out now. Starbound. Okay, it's kind of lengthy, so I'll read that on its own. But it's nice that they're addressing the concern, because I know there was a long time when there wasn't really anything substantial coming out from them. So I will absolutely check that out, The Apprentice, though. So I don't have any kind of personal vendetta against it, but I definitely think the incentives of that company don't lend it towards making decisions that may be the best for the consumer, although I don't, I'm not going to be one of those people who thinks that people are just bastards for the sake of it. And I mean, more importantly too, like as far as the publisher is concerned, I still tremendously enjoy Risk of Rain, and I know that they've actually been quite good at keeping it fresh and keeping people relatively updated. So there's certainly a precedent for that company doing well. But of course, the important thing is that Risk of Rain is by 2 college students. So there definitely seems to be quite a bit more passion, whereas Starbound is a little bit more of a polished project, which, again, I'm fairly certain that the crew is passionate, but I also know that they've had some departures, and so I think it's sometimes hard to keep motivated on a project that is just for hire and really has already made its money. But yeah, I think we're more or less on the same page, which is we'd like to see a finished game and hope that it lives up to its promise, and I think it can. Like, I don't think it's I'm not quite ready to leave it for dead, but I definitely think that game is in a worse place because they decided to make it early access. I think knowing what I know now, I think they would have been better just to complete the game and release it. I've got hull to spare, right? Nice. I think I have to go here, here, and here. But if I can't... Well, no, I guess it's 3 jumps no matter what, so... Actually, what I should consider doing is trying to stream Starbound, but I know it would be, what am I trying to say? I remember I'm a little burned out from doing the first planet over and over again. But still seems like, I think it would be fun to try a stream. Maybe if I could get a friend who owns it to play. That definitely seems like a game that's better with a second player that you know. Although on the note of sandbox games, I will definitely say that if you like sandbox style games and you've not tried Terraria yet, if you can find it on sale at any point, I think you do yourself a tremendous favor to give that a try, because it's I think it hits this nice balance of being sandboxy, but it does give you some progression. Like, there are bosses to fight, so you know, if you just want to run around the world and build impressive looking things, you can. But if you like some structure to your games, Terraria will give you both. So I think it's a particularly well implemented title. I haven't tried their follow-up though. I think the designer went on to make Pixel Piracy, which I haven't checked out yet. NV. Oh, New Vegas. Oh yeah, and actually, sorry, I never answered your question about Civ very sensibly. My playtime has been in Civ 5, so I have to kind of say that I think it's probably the better of the 2 games. I think the third expansion that they gave really rounded it out very nicely. But I do think they are 2 very, very different titles. And I can see the argument as to why Civ 4 was a better game, and I don't necessarily think I could argue against it. I think they're actually correct in some cases. But I definitely know my hours tend to speak in favor of Civ 5. I'm also really looking forward to Beyond Earth, because I know Do I want to try the abandoned sector? Well, I'm committing myself to 2 hostile sectors if I do that, so I think I'll do NG Homeworlds. Yeah, this is the big thing, is that when it comes to Civ 5, I'm definitely considering that in terms of all of the material that's been released for it since. Yeah, it's definitely hard to say what's better. I'm really interested in the fact that Firaxis decided not to implement some of those features that seem to make Civ 4 really strong, but I am, yes. Same name, that's correct. You know, I've never downloaded successfully from this thing, and it looks like it has a rocket launcher, so I'm just going to strip it for parts. The Hell War doesn't justify abandoning those values. The Apprentice, I'm gonna guess that's you that just showed up in the bottom right-hand corner. Again, apologies for not disabling my overlay. Yeah, not bugging me at all. I think I'm late on damage right now, but hopefully I can survive with these extra shields. Oh, I should have waited for that store. Who knows what was there. Don't think I need to ask who that is. Actually. Now you guys can make me feel guilty when I'm playing Dota instead of doing my homework. That's some good pilot in there, Cricket. No surrender. and extremely time. I don't know if I have one up on you. I mean, I have no business playing games if I've just got a research assignment and if I was working, I could justify spending this time on video games, but that's fine. As long as I strike a balance, I'm fine with it. In the meantime, I will congratulate myself for buying the shields like I did, because I have a feeling that would have ended the run otherwise. That's true, it's Friday, but I'm at the, no, I don't have classes on Saturday, but I'm at the end of my, my time in school. Well, undergrad at least. And the program I'm in involves writing a thesis. So, I definitely could be, like, I have to pick my own topic and everything, so I could definitely be using this time to go through some journal articles and just generally do things that are not as fun as video games. You can see where I stand on that issue, though. Or sit, rather. Oh, believe me, I'm trying. It's an economics paper, so I was going to try, yeah, definitely balance. Well, this is the big thing, right? Like, if I just completely dedicate myself to schoolwork for an entire year, I'm just gonna hate my subject by the end, and I'm certainly not gonna have the same passion. The plan is to go to grad school, so yeah, that's absolutely true. I mean, it's not like my peers are sitting down and hitting the books tonight. They are admittedly being more social than me, but that's fine. I have people of common interests that I'm spending the evening with. But yeah, so on the point of video games, I was thinking that a theoretical paper trying to model... Oh my god, what am I doing? There's no way I can get to that exit before... I should have been should be focusing on school. I should be focusing on making this run work. Yeah, so I was thinking of trying to do a theoretical paper, just trying to model the way people make decisions to buy things like booster packs in games like Hearthstone and that. Just the simple idea that technically you can spend some time in a game and get the product for free. What is it that motivates people to spend money instead of spend time? I mean, it's not like it's a mysterious question, right? People generally value their time more than they value their money. But seeing as video games are very unlikely to be, analyzed by academic economists, maybe professional economists, because certainly there's money to be made for getting those questions answered. But at least as far as academic work is concerned, I don't know of anybody who's really doing that. But that's also the drawback, is, how do you convince an honors advisor that, the economics of Hearthstone is actually a worthwhile contribution to the literature? And I'm not entirely sure that they're wrong. I should certainly try and do something that would get me into a good graduate program. But with that in mind, I'm still trying to figure out how I can work my video gaming hobby into my academic career. Oh god, they got a cloning bay. Well, so much for that plan. No surrender. At this point, I'm basically just trying to get as much as I can out of, Yikes. I think that's the end. I'm just trying to get as much as I can out of this sector, because I'm obviously going to have to dive at least to get to exit. We saved your life. Go risk it. Oh, thanks for letting me know that. I have a suspicion that one of my electronics is running an update right now. I'll try and get it down. Alright, if I get through this, I'm gonna be very happy. Oh god. Come on in, folks. This looks very screwed. Come on, Mantis Man, you can dodge. That's right. It's not over yet. So long, suckers! One more. We can do it. What's his piloting? Yeah, he's a superstar pilot. We got this. We don't got this. Okay, Mantis Man, if you die, you're in so much trouble. That's 2 ASB misses. Gonna take a moment and savor that. Actually, we should keep that open. I'm still screwed. I mean, this is really early in the run, and I'm at a ridiculously low amount of hull, but... At least today, we said... Or sorry, what do we say to death? Not today. Yeah. So I can put 2 more in engines before I get those diminishing returns, and definitely the misses saved my bacon there. Yeah. Listen, Death, I'm gonna get up, take a break, come back in maybe 3 minutes, and we can sort this out. Yeah, I think at this point, it would be cool to put some more into engines, but at this point I think I need to hoard some scrap and see if I can get any repairs done. That thing's gonna end my run if I'm not careful. Who hired these people? Oh, that's right. It's because it's a human on the guns. Yeah, you can afford it. Woo! I may regret this well, hang on. So 180 for the 4th level of shield. No, I think it's better. I can get 10 dodge out of this and enough power to run it. So, of course, I'm going to run into a store and I'm going to regret that decision, but... Okay, well I'm screwed if I get hit by the weapons anyway, so I don't think it really matters if a beam hits me in the end or not. At least the asteroids are going to be helping me out take down that NG shield. Ooh. Charlie, MVP cricket. Thank the maker. Well, I think this is the end. Yeah. Good night, sweet prince. Well, yeah, that run definitely could have been better overall. But the double ASB jump made it worth it. Oh hey, that was second best. Cool. And no record for dodges? Oh, that's because Rick had 280. Alright. Yeah, there was no way that was going to make it to the flagship, but that's a bit of a disappointing end. One missile to put that thing to sleep. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna. Oh wow, that went straight out of there. I think I'm gonna call it for tonight. Thank you so much for staying through the stream, especially because it was different from what was being expected. It's great that you guys added me on Steam, and I do normally stream this around. Well, I do normally stream around 7 o'clock on Fridays. I'll do my best to do some streams of opportunity, but I think I will call that for tonight. I hope you guys enjoy whatever else you do with your evening, and it's probably going to be some more Sword of the Stars, and I will see you guys on Steam. Have a great night.